Welcome to Bookwrights House. Today we are joined by Theresa Linton, the author of Stage Zero. Welcome to Bookwrights House, Theresa. I'm Michaela Ramirez, your host for today. So, once again, how are you?
I'm great. I'm excited. I'm,
Okay.
I'm excited to be interviewed in behalf of the book.
Okay.
Really
So,
am.
Stage Zero is such an inspiring title. Can you tell us what Stage Zero represents for you and how it
Yes.
fits into your journey with breast cancer?
Right. Yes, I can. It's really like a double reference to my diagnosis of cancer, which was breast cancer, but it was at stage zero
Wow.
because it was caught in time.
Wow.
So that was a part of it. And the other part of it was I saw that for life, that life is like living on a stage and people watch you. They watch you perform. They would watch you what you do. They watch you what you don't do. They watch you when you're bad. They're watching you with good. So for me, life is like a stage. And I equated that also with the diagnosis of the stage zero breast cancer.
Yeah. So it circles on your diagnosis with cancer, overcoming the fear of cancer and any battle in life, right?
Any battle.
Yeah.
Yes, any battle.
Yeah.
Any
So your
battle.
life has been filled with so many challenges, from losing to loved ones, facing cancer. What motivated you to write the book despite those hardships?
Well, I tell you the truth, Kaylee, it was just all I can say it was God because I just started writing. I was just writing, and the writing went on and on and on. And I had no intention to say I'm going to write a book about what I've gone through. I just started writing, because I've been a little writer all my life as a little girl. So I just started writing, and I thought about how with stage zero that I came out on top. I didn't even have to have chemo
Yeah.
or the radiation. So I said, well, that's something to write about. That's something to let people know what God can do. That it doesn't have to always be stage 4 or 5. So
Yeah.
and catching it on time. So
Yes.
I just started writing about that, and things just started adding to my spirit as I wrote.
Yeah. We're
Mhm.
so glad that that cancer was caught right on time or at the early stage. Yeah.
Yes, me too. I am too, Ayla. I am.
Yeah.
I'm
So
thankful.
how has your faith played a role in overcoming the significant obstacles in your life?
Oh, 100% for me. And I open up the book, letting people know that I believe the Bible. I believe in God. And I, as a little girl, we've always been to church and what have you. So my faith was the priority in getting me through what I went through. I'd go to God, I'd pray, I'd go to find a scripture in the Bible that would relate to what I was going through. And I always depended on God to help me through. And I've heard my parents pray and all my life. So it just was a part of me. My faith has become a part, but with every battle, it helped me get stronger. For
Yeah.
every battle I went through, my faith grew. It grew stronger.
Yeah. Your
But I've
faith.
totally depended on my faith in God.
Yeah. Your faith was stronger than the battles that you faced in your life.
Yes, exactly. You
Yeah.
said it better than I could say it. Okay.
uh,
Yes.
yeah. Many people find cancer to be a difficult and isolating experience. How does your book offer hope and encouragement, especially for those dealing with cancer?
Well, it does deal with cancer relative to getting the diagnosis, relative to having your mammograms for women with breast to have your mammograms. Don't miss a schedule. Have those on time, and then trust your doctor. All of that comes together to help build your faith, but you need to have the diagnosis or you won't know what you're dealing with. So that's what happened with me. I had been having my mammograms consistently on schedule. So they noticed something was a little different And I knew it was something had to be a little different because I was sitting there a little bit longer than I normally would.
Mhm.
And they came back and they said they for me to come back again. And then they gave me the diagnosis of the carcinomas itusus, something big word
Big
that
word,
sounded like cancer,
medical
And
term.
I did have to have some surgery. But thank God it was invasive. That means it didn't spread and it couldn't spread. So that was a great thing too. But I want anybody to know that I just feel like this. If God can heal me, he can heal somebody else because God doesn't love me any more than he does anybody else.
Yeah.
And the major thing is catching it on time, having your examination. And I stress that very well, I think, in the book. That was one of my major concerns that the women and even men, it's not breast cancer is not just limited to men, and matter of fact, no cancer is. And that's why I support St. Jude, because even the little children, parents watching their children go through cancer just tears me apart. So it's just not limited to breast cancer. It's just cancer. And I open up my book saying that 6 little letters can change your whole life, and that those 6 letters is CANCER, cancer. It can automatically switch your life from one whole living form to another. So, cancer can affect anybody. It can be at several stages, but I was just blessed enough that mine was at stage 0.
Yeah.
So I wanted people to realize that if you have your mammograms, have your checkups, you can catch it in time.
Yeah. Because cancer turns your life upside down, really.
Upside down, over, down, and around, every kind of which way. And
Yeah.
it has no respect of persons. He don't care if you're black,
Yeah.
white, what religion you are. Cancer has no preference.
Yes. In your book, Stage Zero, you discuss how to turn stumbling blocks into stepping stone. Can you share an example from your life where you turned a major setback into an opportunity?
Well, one of them I talk about is, well, I moved from California to follow my honey all the way to Chicago. That didn't work out. So that was really a big stepping stone because the job I was on in California, it was transferred to work in Chicago. And we were in Chicago and I got sick. I didn't like it. And so my honey sent me to his mom's house and his house where he lived in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Well, one of the stumbling blocks was I was broke and I couldn't get a job.
Yeah.
And I go on interviews. And what happened, I shared in the book how during that time it was an affirmative action plan that most of these big companies, they had to have a certain percentage of blacks working in the company. And so I'd go on an interview, and they turned me down, and I just went past that. I said, well, I know God didn't bring me all the way here to leave me.
Yeah.
And I know that God has a job for me. I know that I can do administrative and business work. I have a great resume. I had a great resume from the job that I left from California. So to me, that was a great stumbling block in my life. What am I going to do about it? I was catching the bus because I didn't have any money. I didn't have a car. And I just used my faith to be patient. I think that's what my stepping stone was, patience.
Yeah.
And it ended up, they interviewed 65 girls for that job. And God chose me. So
Beautiful.
I tell everybody, what's for you is for you, and just be patient. So I got over that stumbling block to keep me from getting a job and putting that in my mind that I wasn't going to get one, with patience. And I just kept going on interviews. I just kept going. I didn't stop.
Yeah.
I didn't quit. And got the best job almost in the state of Louisiana.
We just
Really,
have
the
to keep
best job.
moving.
Keep moving. Don't
Yeah.
give up. Don't throw in the towel. Don't quit.
Yes. So, uh, how do you hope the readers will take away from your book, especially those who are currently facing through life challenges?
Well, number one, I think everybody is. I think everybody's going through something. This is a hard, tough world that we're living in. Everything is skyrocketed, food, gas in your car. And I realized that, I mean, it was one time I didn't even have gas money, and I just, you know, everybody's going to go through something. Going through life is tough. It's rough. And I look at the word through, and if I want people to examine that word, that you can come through. And the whole word of through, I look at that because the Lord has always dealt with me with words.
Right.
And the whole word of through is the word rough.
Yeah.
You're going through, and when you go through something, you come out on the other end. But that traveling and going through, and what you're going to face is going through. If you stop, then you fail. But if you keep going and it's rough and you come out, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And everybody is, nobody, I don't care how rich you are, how poor you are, everybody's going to go through something. So you got to make up in your mind, am I going to come out a chimp or a champ?
Yes.
You have to, on your way out and going through your battle, you have to say, I'm going to come through this with victory.
Yes.
And that's what I'm encouraging people to come on through. Just keep going. Like, as we said before, just don't stop, keep going. And when you come out, you're going to come out the way you were going through. If you're going through in fear and I can't make it, I can't go through this, you're going to come out defeated. But go through in faith and say, I'm coming through this, even though it's rough.
Yes.
I can come through.
Even though you have fear in you.
That's a major problem.
Yes.
It's
Fear.
fear.
Yes.
Fear. I think that's a major problem in not accomplishing where we need to get to in life. It's fear. And then the whole word of fear is the word ear. Usually what you hear from somebody else, oh, you can't do that. You can do that. Oh, you can't make it. That word. Then, even when we hear a noise, we're sleeping, resting, you hear a noise, a thump in the kitchen, what happens? Fear immediately triggers into your ear, and you didn't even see anything. So a lot of our fear comes from what we hear. And I found that out, just like I remember, like 4th of July, whenever there's 4th of July, you hear firecrackers going. Yeah. First thing somebody thinks is, oh, they're shooting guns. That's fear. It's fear, and we'll let any little thing cause us to fear, and fear will halt.
Yeah.
It'll freeze your mind. It'll freeze your vision. It'll freeze your dream. And instead of having dreams, you'll have nightmares. Fear.
Mm-hmm. In your book, you offer both biblical and practical advice. How do you balance spiritual guidance with actionable steps for dealing with adversities in life?
Well, for action, I try to encourage people to say the right things. Don't say, I'm so sick, I don't know what to do. And, have affirmative actions with your mouth, with what you say. The Bible even says that's a spiritual part. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Life and death. So when you speak death, that's what you're going to get. But when you speak life, it's going to do something to your spirit, to your soul, and to your mind. I can do this. I can make it. I can have this. I don't have to do without this. And then you take some steps. You take some steps to do, if it's just a little step, a little faith. A little faith is a lot. But the Bible talks about having faith even as a mustard seed. I have that in the book. And I looked up mustard seed, and mustard seed, everybody equates it as a little bit. But do you know the disciples had a little faith? And Jesus said, oh, ye of little faith. But most of those disciples are chapters in the Bible. Yes. So even that little faith can get you into a big place in your life. But use that little. Don't try to compare your faith to anybody else's faith, and say things constructive about yourself. You know what I do? I love that song by Michael Jackson. I'm looking at the man in the mirror, and look in the mirror at yourself and talk to yourself in the mirror. Say, girl, you can do this. Man, you ain't got to go through this. Man, you can ask that girl to marry you. Look in the mirror and look at yourself and speak and talk to yourself. That's a great form of discipline to get you out of thinking that you can't make it.
Yeah.
Know that you can make it and tell yourself in the mirror, I can do this. I
Yeah.
can make it.
I,
I'm something. I'm somebody. I'm special.
yeah.
That's a natural motivation, but it's still a Bible principle.
Yeah. We have to be a little kinder to ourselves also.
Yes, speak to yourself with kind words. And I have to be kind to others.
Yes, that's true.
Be kind to others.
Yeah.
And I'm a stickler for that. Be kind to other people, because kindness will get you a lot of places when you're kind. Even on your job, you need to be kind.
One of your goals is to help people replace fear and doubt with faith and positive affirmations. Can you share a few examples of affirmations from your book that have personally helped you?
Yes. Well, one of my affirmations, and I made it like my life for breathing almost, is forgiveness. You must forgive. Unforgiveness will trap you. It will hold you hostage. You must forgive. That's one of the affirmation. Forgive someone, because if you don't, it's going to hold you captive. And then you add to it. We have a tendency to add to it, I'll forgive, but I won't forget. Never add that to it. Just say, I forgive. Yeah. And it's hard to not forget, because it affects your soul and your mind. Yeah. But you got to make up your mind, I'm going to forgive, but I'm going to forget. And I use one little principle. I'll say, well, whoever that is, send them some flowers. Go to the dollar store and get a card and send them a I love you card. See, that'll help you get free. Because you know what I found out, Michaela, that most times people don't even know you're angry with them. Yeah. They don't even know that they offended you. And here you are mad. And then a lot of people like to pet that up. Well, he did this to me, petting it up. And they love telling somebody how somebody wounded them. Yeah. But you can't do that. And that's one of my major affirmations, is to forgive. Forgive somebody. Say that. Say, I forgive him. I forgive her. I forgive myself, because I was cruel. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done. And I forgive. Yes. That's one of my greatest affirmations. And the other one is, like I said, talk to yourself. Speak to yourself about things. Just talk to yourself. Look in the mirror. Talk to your body. I feel great today. That's a spiritual affirmation too. You'll have what you say. That's the scripture. You'll have what you say. Say, I'm healed and whole. I feel great. Yeah. I mean, you could be hurting, but just saturate your mind with, I feel great this morning. I'm going to have a great day. Yeah. It's going to be a great day for me. That's a wonderful affirmation. This is going to be the best day of my life today. Friday, I always say Friday is my fly day. It's not just a regular fly day. It's my Friday. I'm going to soar like an eagle today. See, those are affirmations that'll get you to a higher level in your walk through a challenge or a trial or a test. Is a great affirmation. Make your affirmation greater than your trial.
Those affirmations we have to practice them really, like every day.
We do every day. Just say them by faith. You're not faking anything. You're saying it by faith, because what I said, the Bible says you'll have what you say. So when you wake up in the morning, oh boy, I'm having a great day today. I can tell I'm going to have a great day. When I go on my job, I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to have favor. That's one of my favorite words, is favor. I'm going to have favor with my boss. I'm going to do a good job, and I'm expecting a great raise. So you keep talking like that, you're going to believe it. Oh, I'm going to do good. And do you know that triggers something in the spiritual realm? And you start doing, or you know it, and you can really surprise yourself. Yeah, you surprise yourself. So I do believe in affirmations of positivityness.
Yes. And your book focuses on body, soul, and spirit. How can
Mhm,
our readers who may not have a strong spiritual background still benefit from the lessons of stage zero?
mhm. Well, number one, I'd say body, take care of your body. Do what you're supposed to do with your body, to get a little exercise in, and like I said, um, for your diagnosis, and I talk about this relative to your body. Some doctors are not perfect. They may make mistakes. I talk about some mistakes was made with me in the book. Some mistake was made with coworkers that I work with. They had the wrong diagnosis, but they're not perfect. But as far as your spirit, soul, and body, your soul is your emotions. That's what your soul is. The souls are the emotions, how we feel, what we think. That's emotions. And then the spirit is rises up. Your spirit will rise up above all of that when you trust God, because that's where the spirit comes in, is really trusting God, whatever you believe in, your faith. And the Bible says all things are possible to them that believe. That's one of my favorite scriptures. I put it in the book for people to see that and say that all things, not some things, not one or two or three things, but all things, that's inclusive, are possible to them that believe. And that's what I do. I believe in what I say. So you believe in what you say. Believe I'm going to have a great day. Believe I'm going to be a kind person. You start believing and talking that. And then that the spirit man, that spirit just grabs a hold to it and helps it to come to pass.
Yes,
I
that's so
think that'll help somebody.
nice. That will. What would you say, or what is your advice to someone who is currently struggling with a life challenge and feels like giving up?
Well, I'll just say don't do it.
Yes.
Don't quit. Don't throw in the towel. Don't never give up. Never quit. The race is not so much given to the swift. And I put something in the book that was really, God showed me this. You notice that there's a big race, a regular racing for to win, break across and win the trophy. Do you know the one that usually gets the greatest applause is the one that comes in last?
Yes.
Have you ever noticed that the one
Yeah.
that comes in last, people
During the
just hurrah them? You
yeah.
know why? Because they didn't give up. They stayed in the race. So that's my take on it. And that was the example God gave me. Stay in the race. Don't quit.
Yeah.
Cross the finish line. Keep going. I
Yeah.
don't care who gets the trophy. You are your own personal challenge. Challenge yourself. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. I'm gonna get in this race, and when I get in it, I'm gonna win. Well, even if you came in last, you won for yourself. You won. So stay in the race.
Yeah.
Stay
Be
in the
be
race
in a competition with yourself,
with
not
yourself.
yes.
That's it, with nobody else but
Yeah.
yourself. And you can come through if you. A little anecdote. This is not in the my book, I don't think, but my granddaughter is like that. She told me one time she's in competitive swimming. And one time I said, well, how did you do? She said, Grandma, I beat my last 2 seconds. She got 2 seconds more in swimming. She went by the 2 seconds. And that really blessed me to hear her say that. She's just 13 in competitive swimming, but she was trying to beat her own time and she beat it by 2 seconds. And it made a difference in her mind. It made a difference that she had accomplished something. So it's the race is against you. You
Yes.
said it right.
Indeed.
You're in the race for yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back at your journey with stage zero, what have you learned about yourself as a writer and as a person?
Well, as a person, uh, I've learned to really give honor where honor is due. My sisters, my family, they really honor me. And they're a great support system. And I talk about that in the book. And just to say, when I went to see if I was going to have radiation, the first thing, there was a social worker there, and she met me and told me what to expect and what have you. Have radiation. She said, "Do you have a support system?" I said, "Wow, I do." My sister, the minute I had to have that little surgery, she immediately hopped the plane all the way 3,000 miles, paid her own way, and she was right there with me until I got over that surgery. She fixed my breakfast for me. My daughter was right there. My daughter, who was long distance, sent me a cancer box, everything pink in it, pink slipper. See, that support system, and if you don't have that, ask God for that. And what I learned more about myself was, wow, Lord, you have really blessed me. I have a great support system. And I appreciate that, because so many families are not close. So many don't have a support system. So that was a major thing that I learned about myself, to be grateful for what you have. And you have a wonderful support system. Your sisters, your brother, you have friends that support you. They're so proud of me right now with the book. And my other awakening in it, ma'am, was I never considered myself an author. Look, I'm going to just show you this. This is the first little book I wrote.
Uh,
I wrote this book.
Real.
Can you see? Because I'm up in the top little bitty.
Yes.
I wrote this book in 1986.
Wow.
Relationship.
Yeah.
And I found out the book had been in prisons, in the women prisons all over. And see, it's stapled. It's just stapled. Typed. So, I've been writing, and I just thought I love to write, but I never thought, Michaela,
Yeah.
excuse me.
I'm a
I
kid.
never considered myself as an author.
Yes.
I never knew that was a part of my purpose, was an author, writing
Yeah.
all the time. I just said, I'm just a little writer.
Yeah.
I write a little poem, write a little skit for my church.
Yes.
I did myself. That was a new thing for me.
Yeah.
I never thought of myself being
All
an
right.
author.
Yeah.
So that was an awakening for me.
Yes. So,
That I'm an author.
during stage 0, are you are you currently working on any new projects or books?
Yes, right now. I'm
Wow.
working on one now. I've gotten a lot of little light bulb moments about it. And I started it, and I can share with you that it's going to be honed in on purpose,
Yeah.
Because in my book, there was a thread of it. And I said, Lord, I've mentioned things about purpose and destination and destiny and purpose. And I don't really know my purpose. What is my purpose? Yeah, I'm 80 years old. I'll be 81 in 3 or 4 months. And I'm saying, what is my purpose though? Because I can do a lot of little things, but what is my purpose? And God revealed to me, you're doing it. One of your purpose is to be a author. You're an author. That's a part of the purpose I designed for you. So I'm like, wow, I'm a real author. So.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that God gave me. And also he gave me, and I mentioned this in the book, that one of my purposes, and the Lord is helping me with this, working on it. I'm not going to jump at anything, is to be in the film industry, because I was in several movies and I learned so much from being in those movies. And people were drawn to me, because of how I worked in the movie. And it was just amazing to me, because I was in a movie, I didn't know any of them. It's in my book. And that's what I tell people in the book, where you came to about giving encouragement on affirmation. Act like you're healed.
Yeah.
Don't just lay there. Lift your hands, laugh, sing, dance. That's on my bookmark. I have a bookmark, affirmation bookmark. And so I tell them, laugh, act like it. In this movie, I had to act like I was this big mega star's mother. I never met her, but I had to act like I was her mother. And she was married. I had to act like I was his son. He was my son-in-law. Then they had a son. I had to act like I was his grandmother.
Yeah.
So I tell everybody, act like you're healed. Lift your hands, do something. Don't just lay there and die. So
Yes.
that's what my bookmark says. My bookmark is, yes, I am. Yes, I can. That's
Yes.
what my bookmark, and it has wonderful affirmations on healing and wholeness and being strong, and you can do all things through Christ, and you can run, you can laugh, you can sing, you can dance.
Yeah.
Do something. Act
Yeah. Be
like you're
alive.
getting better. Yes, act like you're getting better every day. So, and what I do with my little bookmark, anybody that buys the book, if they give me a notification or show me they buy it, I send them one of my bookmarks in the mail, and that gives a communication with them too. So I really, God gave me that. Say, then they'll communicate with you. Oh, thank you. I had a lady the other day communicated. She showed me, look what I got for my birthday. And it was my book.
Yeah.
So I automatically sent her one of these in the mail. She was so excited. I was so thankful to do that.
Yeah.
So affirmations are, that's what. So,
Thank you so much for today. Where,
oh, okay,
finally,
thank you.
where can our readers or our viewers purchase your book?
It's on Amazon. And Amazon, if you're on Amazon, if you're Prime on Amazon, the book is I tell everybody, it's worth the price
Yes.
because it'll change your life. It changed mine. Stage Zero changed my life. Just reading it, it changed my life. And it will change your life for only $13. We spend $13 at McDonald's now.
Yeah.
So go on Amazon, and if you're Prime, you don't pay any shipping. And what I like about Amazon, that every so often, I mean often too, they have where no shipping fee today. They may have a special week where they don't even charge for shipping, so you can get it on Amazon. And you'll be blessed if you get it and read it. Be sure and give me a little review.
Yeah.
But that's how y'all found me, because
Yeah.
of the reviews were
Yeah.
so positive. So I think that's wonderful, because most people don't know to give a review, and it'll help somebody else. It's not about me. It's not about me. When you read the book, you'll know it wasn't written by just natural thoughts. It stemmed back from me rehearsing where I came from out of the projects. From a little girl to I've lived in 4,200 square feet homes and had to downsize, wanted to. It was just too much. But, God is faithful for us. He's faithful for everybody. In the book is no respecter of persons. Men get cancer, babies get cancer.
Yes.
Men and women go through stuff right now. Everybody, rich people go through stuff. It's just no blockage in the book of helping not just one but anybody, no matter what race, creed, color, your church affiliation, Catholic, Baptist. The book applies to anybody. It really does. The book is not segregated. The book is for everybody. It really is. Stage Zero is for everybody. There's no discrimination in my book at all. Believe me. So I'm really thankful for it. And I've gotten good responses from people about the book, and people have taken their books and they had to get another one. I said, well, thank you, God, So I'm really blessed. I'm really thankful. I'm thankful for
Michaela.
Bookwrights and
Yeah.
Michaela, and I'm also thankful for Amelia and
Yeah.
Bookwrights. I really am. They have really boosted
Your book.
my book. They've boosted my purpose
Yeah.
as being an author. They really have, and I'm so thankful for that. I really
Thank you
am.
so much. Thank you so much, Theresa, for your time today. It
Can I
feels
say
like
this?
I'm not interviewing. It feels like I'm just talking with you.
Oh, that's what people say about the book too, Michaela. They said that I feel like she's this directly to me. It's just applying to me. And I feel like I'm sitting down with somebody with a cup of coffee, a friend, and we're just talking, and she's just boosting me up. And that just blesses me so much.
Yeah.
So I'm so thankful. I really am. And can I say this at close? Are we closing?
Yes, yes, we are closing.
I want to say this. Stage zero. It'll change your life. Stage
Thank you so
zero.
much.
Thank you so much,
Have a great day.
Bookwright.
Yes.
Thank you, Amelia. Thank you, everyone. From me and Stage Zero. Thank you,
Thank
Stage
you.
Zero.
Have a
Bye,
great day.
Michaela.
Bye bye.
It was nice meeting you. Thank you so
Yes.
much. I feel like it was a good interview. Just meeting you was good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.